What's going on, Philadelphia Eagles fans? It's your boy Philly Day One, and 8 of our Eagles made the top 100. I will do a separate video, not this video. I'm just gonna let you know who made the top 100 so far. I will do a separate video of each one of the guys who made it, and and then I'll tell you exactly what's so special about that player, and probably if I think they should be higher, lower, what my thoughts would be on where they at, where the Eagles got. Right now, I'm gonna say who I felt like should have made it, and we're gonna do that in the video. Bryce Huff is continuing to talk, man. He's blaming everybody but himself about what happened with Philadelphia, his time in Philadelphia, and what he felt like went wrong. I think he came out after he was traded to let everybody know that he knew that things was wrong the very second he got there. I think as soon as training camp started, he knew that everything was wrong. I'm gonna play a clip of what he said, and it had something to do with our mastermind of a defensive head coach. I mean, a defensive coach, defensive coordinator. Um, and right after that, I'm gonna let y'all know the guy we got now is a super upgrade version of Bryce Huff. Um, Jonathan Bernard is Pro Bowler already. I'm gonna tell you why this signing is much different than the Bryce Huff signing. We will get amazing production out of Jonathan Bernard. And I'm gonna let you know that in the video. Cooper DeJean, we talked about in the last video, and we talked about Cooper DeJean making the switch to safety. After watching a little bit, I got some film that I want to show, in which kind of makes me confident that he might have been very, very humble with that last statement. When he was talking to Reed Blankenship about how difficult the switch has been, he might have been very, very humble about that. And I'm gonna show that to you in the video. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts uh, met with Dan Orlovsky's son, who is on the spectrum, and talked to him for about 10 minutes. And he sent out a message to Dan Orlovsky, which I'm gonna let y'all hear in this video. So let's get into it. All right, we're gonna go from the highest to the lowest. We got at 30, we got Jordan Mailata. At 36, we got Quinyon Mitchell. At 41, we got Lane Johnson. At 47, we got Saquon Barkley. At 73, we got Jalen Carter. At 74, we got Cooper DeJean. At 84, we got Jalen Hurts. I'm going to stop right here. At 84, Jalen Hurts, I honestly, the way how bad the league and people are so comfortable talking about Jalen Hurts, I didn't even think he'd make this list. So I'm curious to see who else is on this list. And at 85, we have Zach Bond. Okay. Now I think other other than Cooper DeJean on this list, other than Cooper DeJean, I I feel like everybody else is proving themselves. I feel like everybody else is proving themselves on this list. I think Cooper DeJean is probably going to be a really good safety, a really good safety. Maybe to the point of where we move him there permanently. I just got a feeling. I don't have nothing to back this. I just got a feeling that he's going to be really good at safety. And this is why Cooper DeJean tackles really, really well. Anybody who can put Derrick Henry on their back, sound tackle. He takes really good angles. Now, he is not. He covers really well as well too. He covers super well. He doesn't cover great. He doesn't cover great. He has all the athletic ability for when he's in situations. He's covered some really tough covers, some really tough covers he's covering. And I think his best attribute, without saying his athletic ability, is his tackling. His tackling is so sound. If you look at these plays, man, he was playing outside corner. How he comes down, he don't leave them much room for any moves. He comes down very fast. He's very decisive, and he comes down and he makes a very sound tackle. He's not boom sticking nobody. He's a very sound tackler. That is it. That is it. I like Cooper DeJean at safety, man. I feel like he's gonna do an amazing, amazing job at safety. Moving on. Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff has been talking about where things went wrong in Philly. And he's talked about the fans. The fans, he's not used to fans holding him accountable. He didn't say that. I added that. He said he's not fans telling him how bad he sucked or letting him know what certain weaknesses is of him. He's not used to that. In New York and New Jersey, whatever, he was with the Jets. Everybody loved him. He just couldn't do no wrong. Well, this is a team who like to win. The record has shown we like to win. So yeah, you come into a winning organization. If you don't like winning, you're probably not going to be susceptible to us holding you accountable. These are things I feel like you should know coming in the league anyway. The fact that Vic Fangio said is you have a hard time with the run. It's legit. He didn't lie on you. In that Falcons game, we probably lost that Falcons game because you couldn't hold your edge. And they ran to your time. They ran to your side enough times to get first downs. And when you play like this when you play like that, we're gonna hold you accountable. You didn't even get touched, bro, before you fell to the ground. And if you're that mentally discombobulated, you shouldn't be here no way. You shouldn't be here no way. You have to be mentally strong to even be in Philly. And you're not that. We're happy you're gone. We're so happy you're gone.
Later on, but you had said that the Philly stint was off from the get-go. Bryce Huff, as someone that goes to Philly, signs a huge deal with them. At what point did you know vibes were off? This shit wasn't going to work.
Like first week of camp.
Why was that?
So we had done like walkthroughs without pads on, and really OTAs. Honestly, I knew it was kind of off.
Yeah.
Because we went in and we didn't do any pass rush drills the entire OTAs. Like it was just like dropping in coverage. So I'm like, they brought me here to rush, but like all we were doing the entire camp or all spring camp was just like dropping in coverage and learning coverages. So I thought that was weird. And then we get to camp before we even put on pads. It's like first week of camp. DC goes in the media is like, I don't think he can stop the run. I don't think he has what it takes to do the job right now.
Yeah.
And the fans ate it up. Like they just lost it.
Yeah.
And I, like me being like an undrafted guy, never having people talk to me about whatever, like fans were always supportive in New York. To go there and everybody's just like grilling me before we even put pads on, like, bro, what are we on right now? Like that was just weird.
Yeah.
And
like I said, man, he's got a mountain of excuses for why things didn't go great. You were checked out before the camps. I mean, like in the first day of camp, you were checked out. So, and it looked like you were checked out. We're happy you're gone, bro. Honestly, Bryce Huff has had in 2 years since we got him, he has had 6.5 sacks. Jalen Hunt has had 6.5 sacks just last year. We're okay. We could have not signed to nobody would be okay without you. Moving on. Jonathan Grenard is he demands double teams. Jonathan Grenard demands double teams. Pro Bowler already, and he demands double teams. He chips, all that. All that. Remember when Brandon Graham was tearing up the league? People made it a point to chip him. And now you got to do that with Jonathan Grenard. So if you're dedicating all this time to our defensive line, Somebody gonna get some one-on-ones. A D tackle, one D tackle, and maybe an edge is gonna get some one-on-ones. And if we're continuously getting pressure off of that, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for this league to compete with us. Let's go into Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts met Dan Orlovsky's son. Dan Orlovsky has been very, very critical of Jalen Hurts in his career. And if you don't know, Dan Orlovsky's son is on the spectrum. He's autistic. And this is kind of how, I mean, Dan Orlovsky was on WIP, and he decided that he was going to tell this story about Jalen Hurts, his son, and his interaction with him.
Can I share a quick Jalen story with you guys real quick? Okay, so a couple weekends ago at the Eagles Autism Foundation golf event at Marion, my son, they honored my son. And so Jalen came. We have never met Jalen. I have never met Jalen. And my son and Jalen are talking. Jalen was sensational with my son. And my son says, Jalen, I made a comic book about you, like a comic book about you. And Jalen, and I'm 4 or 5 feet from Jalen, kind of just behind my son. And Jalen goes, huh, really? And my son goes, yeah. And Jalen goes, well, if I'm good enough to make it in your comic book, and he looks me dead in the eyes and goes, that means your dad's got to be nicer to me on TV from now on.
He was dead ass. Huh?
Dead in my eyes, and I looked at him and I go, well played.
Jalen Hurts seems like a very, very genuine individual, and he hears it all. It's like, though you don't get him saying anything about it, he hears it all. So when it's time to take those shots and let people know he's still listening, he will. He will. And a lot of times the people who meet him understand he is so genuine, he is so cool. And they don't want to say those things no more. I feel like that's Emmanuel Acho's issue. He don't get a chance to talk to Jalen much. And if any, and if he was to talk to Jalen Hurts and he would probably have a different perspective on him as a leader and quarterback, because Emmanuel Acho must believe that Jalen Hurts is not a great leader, not somebody who can lead men, but kind of his superpower, as the comments. That is all I got, man. Like, comment, subscribe, turn those post notifications on so I don't miss no videos, and we out. Let's go, birds.